I'm just going to get this out of the way. A lot of this is going to come down to personal preference, and that's because both phones shoot with their own characteristics, and whether it's because of its hardware or the way it's processed in software, you're probably going to lean one way or another, and that's okay because both phones take excellent shots. I'm just here to share my results and point out what I can. With that being said, both of these pictures came out excellent with good lighting, great color, and I'd use both in a heartbeat. Again, same thing, both are great shots. The Pixel 3 shoots darker, but both are exposed well. The tree behind the car pops out more with its yellows and greens, but the iPhone XS looks more natural. At 100% crop, both have excellent detail throughout. If anything, the leaves on the Pixel 3 look a little muddled compared to the XS, but the 3 has much better shadow work. So here's a perfect example of the Pixel 3 shooting a little too dark. I love the richness of colors both phones offer on the mural, but there's an obvious loss of detail below on the Pixel 3. This also applies to the do not enter sign on the right. Now both of these came out so different, you'd think they were shot during different parts of the day, even though they were taken seconds apart. You can see how the Pixel 3 shoots much cooler but retains a balance of exposure and color throughout. The iPhone XS washes out the blue sky on the left. The tree on the right though is more true to color on the iPhone XS, but what happened to the lighting below? There wasn't a train passing by, there wasn't a plane overhead either, just weird. Seems to be completely missing from what the Pixel 3 shows. Again, the Pixel 3 is the darker shot, but I really like the richer, deeper colors the 3 provides. Whether it's the green in pool darts, the yellow in golden tea, or the orange in Malort, just a better showing here. Also, if you haven't had Malort, you should have Malort. In this portrait shot, both phones do a great job focusing on the subject, me, and blurring the background. I wish I had taken more portrait shots, but totally forgot to shoot a few more. This is something I'll cover in a future video, so don't worry. But I think both phones did a really good job. Skin tone is pretty accurate on both, good detail, good lighting, no complaints. And in this last set of day shots, it's more of the same. A darker shot on the Pixel 3, but deeper shadows, a richer yellow, but there's also a loss of detail in the darkness, namely the rim of the truck. Again, like most examples I provided, you can chalk this one up to personal preference, whether you like a darker shot with more contrast, or a brighter shot with lighter shadows for detail, I don't think you can go wrong. Okay, so here are the first things to notice. At night, the Pixel 3 will most likely run warmer, or have that orangish hue to it, just like its Pixel 2 brethren. Color's completely different on both. From the background on the wall, to the lighted up sign above, nothing alike. Luckily, both did well with its lighting, nothing completely overblown to set the two apart. The Pixel 3 is a little more punchy in color, but I'll again leave this up to you to decide on what you like better. In this set of shots, the iPhone XS comes out as the brighter one, offering more to see in the background. Most of that is gone on the Pixel 3, but with that comes an image that's a little more washed out. The Pixel 3 has better clarity and a little more detail. You can see that at 100% crop, where the light bulbs sit on the sign. And it's not by much, but something I thought I'd point out. My eyes go right to the Garrett sign. This is what I was aiming for. The iPhone XS does a better job here by keeping the lights from overexposing, which is really surprising for me because one of the Pixel 2's biggest advantages was keeping neon signs like this from blowing out. But hold on to your hats because it's gonna get worse. From the forward sign to the oriental sign, all blown out. What happened here? Also, just to point out, both phones were shot on a tripod with a timer, so there's no mysterious handshake conspiracy theory either. At 100% crop, the results speak for themselves. Now, this is where the Pixel works its magic. Obviously, the brighter shot, and without anything getting overexposed, the Pixel 3 brightens up the marina towers, the reflection of the water below, and pretty much anything else in the picture. And no added noise to boot, which is really impressive. But for me personally, I think it's a tad much. You get that cast of orange throughout, but I know some of you like the brighter picture, so we can toss this up to personal preference. It's just not my cup of tea. But I can understand why others would pick this one. Don't let me rain on your parade. The same holds true here. The Pixel 3 is a brighter shot. You can see the green in the back is boosted, but the iPhone XS provides a really bright shot in an otherwise really dark setting. I'm also covered in that orange hue on the 3. The iPhone XS is the more natural looking one here and the one I'd pick if I had to choose. And in this last set of shots, both are very comparable, but I like the colors on the Pixel 3. More specifically, the ceiling. The range of browns is a lot more vivid than what's otherwise a muted showing on the iPhone XS. At the end of the day, again, most of these come down to personal preference. And I'm not saying that to be neutral, I'm saying that because both of these phones provide excellent shots. The Pixel 3 is most likely headed in that same direction of the top worthy camera contender spot, but I have a lot more testing to do. Tomorrow I plan to put together some video testing against the XS, video stabilization, and when my Pixel 3 XL comes in, I have a 4-camera test that'll be following shortly.